I hope I'm audible enough and that you can get me. Yeah. So Thursday is here. Uh, Today I had posted that I'll be handling a topic, Don't Lead Me On. I want to thank the God Code generation for this honor, for this opportunity to come and just share with you this topic. So we are going to have fun, eh? Nitajaribu kuongea Kizungu because if I talk Kiswahili, we have people who are listening in who don't understand Kiswahili. So I'll just be flowing in English. So welcome, and I believe that the topic I'll be handling today will help a lot of people. So don't lead me on. I want to start. I'll be balancing. I'll be talking about the things that men do that lead women on, and also the things that women do that. So I believe we shall have a wonderful time even as we get to hear this topic. So first of all, if I use the Bible, because I'm a Christian and I'm assuming most who are listening also are Christians, and you do use the Bible, there's a verse in Songs of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 4, that says, "Do not arouse, or rather do not awaken love until it so desires." So many people awaken love when the time is not right. People awaken love, it's not their time, they have not matured properly, they have not gotten to that level whereby they can handle what love has to offer, or rather the baggage that comes with love. So I'll start first off that I'll I'll just say this. For men are like gas, okay? Men are like gas. They heat up very fast. Ladies on the other side are like what we can call a jiko. A jiko, for those, how do I explain it? For our friends in the diaspora, what is a jiko? A jiko is like a cooking gas, but it kindles up very slowly, right? It's like when you're using wood to cook and you have to wait for the wood to get some fire and everything. So men are like gas. We get heated up real fast. But ladies need time. They're like firewood. They need to be pampered. It needs to be given time for them to get hot. So when I talk about this topic, I'll be handling how, as men especially, we don't understand that for ladies, when we lead them on, it takes time for them to break off from what we had led them into. It really takes a lot of time. Because when you lead a woman on, she hangs on to you. She believes that this is the real deal. She is hopeful that you're not wasting her time. Like I once said in my post that for men just need to have an urge to sleep with a woman. But for the woman, they need a reason to be with you. A lady needs a reason to be with you. She needs to understand, why am I dating you? Why are we doing this? For men, they may not even necessarily why they are doing it. Fun, we can just be there for fun, but the lady is serious. And that's why we end up having a lot of heartbreaks, because the man is there for fun, but the lady is serious. The lady knows that this thing is the deal. This is it. We are going all the way. So I want to explain a few things and then we will get to the actual topic. Don't lead me on. So that I'm hoping by the end of this, we shall be careful not to be leading people on. Don't lead someone on if you're not planning to actually take it the whole way. Don't lead someone on when you know you're having fun. Okay? So first off, let me start with men. When there's a breakup, the men move on very fast. You'll not find a man crying or having the pictures of the ex in his bedroom. A man moves on very fast, okay? He can break up with a lady today, and by tomorrow you'll see him with another one, until you'll wonder, did this guy really love the girlfriend? That is most typical men for you. They can break up with someone today, and tomorrow they are with another, and they are comfortable, they are okay with it. However, after some time, men always recollect. They reanalyze and they start checking what happened. And so you find that for the ladies, it is the other way around. A lady will take time. She will take time before she moves on. She will cry. 6 months down the line, she can still be remembering the ex, remembering the things that you did to her. But I'm telling you, the day she moves on, the day she removes you from her mind, the day she purposes that this thing is over, I'm telling you, that's it. It's usually done and over with, and she moves on and she doesn't even blink. That in as much as we move on faster, the repercussions usually come back to us way later. For the ladies, they deal with it immediately. She will throw a tantrum, but the day she just decides you're off of her mind, you can kneel and cry and nothing will happen. Okay? So I'm laying this foundation so that we can understand ladies are not like us. They will cry, they may seem weak, but believe me, the moment she picks herself up, you are never going to see that girl again. So appreciate her while you still have her. Okay? So the first thing I've talked about, the gas. Ladies men are like gas. We heat up very fast, but then we lose the heat also very fast. Ladies, on the other hand, need time. They're like firewood. They need to be pampered and everything. The second thing I've talked about, splitting. A man splits with a woman. A man will pretend to have moved on very fast, but will be hit later. Then the third thing now is the physical and the emotional part. For men, we are physically weak. You will hardly hear a man resisting the moves of a lady. You will hardly get. Men are physically weak. Touch a man anywhere, he is already like psyched up. He's like, so what's happening here? But try touching a lady. There's somebody who said, men, I'm sorry to use this illustration, but men are almost having the character or the traits of a dog. When you're massaging a dog and you're touching a dog, the tongue is out. The dog is just, the dog is feeling good. But when you try to touch a cat, the cat will scratch you. If the cat doesn't know you, if you're not the owner, the cat can scratch you. So that is ladies for you. Try coming to touch a lady anyhow, get a scratch. But I've never had somebody who's been scratched for trying to touch a man. A man touching me anytime is okay. Like a dog, you'll just be like, yeah, giving even the other side. Yeah, scratch me some more. So physically, men, we are weak. We are very poor at saying no to sexual advances. When a lady is coming and doing some advances in front of a man, we are very poor to saying no. Ladies, on the other hand, are very good at this. They are good. Physically, ladies are good. Ladies are the ones who usually say no in a relationship. Let's wait until marriage. This is mostly the narrative of the lady. You will hardly find a relationship where it is the man, okay? You will hardly find a relationship where it is the man who is saying, no, babe, let's wait until marriage. And the lady is like, no, give it to me now. I want it now. That would be a bit weird. Most of the time, it is the man who's like, let's do it. And the lady is like, no, let's go to pastor first, blah, 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 all those things. That is usually the ladies. Because strong. They can withstand temptation. They can say no to it. For men, it's kind of hard. Now, however, on the same point, men are kind of emotionally strong. Let me explain. A man can store up so much. A man can be going through a lot. There's a sad story of a man who passed on, and then the wife comes to know later that this guy had debt over 300,000. The man had been diagnosed with a certain sickness. I can't remember what it was. But all this, the man was keeping inside. Nobody knew. He acted as though everything is okay, but he was actually hurting. Okay? So for a man, you will hardly find them seated somewhere, gossiping, talking about stuff. They are very conservative. Men are conservative. how to hide. We are poor. You just anywhere and we are just weak. We are breaking. Okay. Ladies, on the other hand, are physically okay. They'll say no. Ladies physically, you try to touch them. Remember the cat and dog analogy? So men are on the dog side, you touch them, they're just happy. Ladies are on the cat side, try to touch them, you get a scratch. Okay. So the fourth, now we are getting into the deep end. Don't lead me on. The fourth thing is, for men, let me start with the men. Don't promise a lady something with. Ladies value promises and they remember it like a small child. When you tell a small child, when I come back in the evening, the time you come back in the house, the child is looking at your hands because you promised. So ladies hold on to promises very dear. Make them lightly when it comes to ladies. Don't just tell her, babe, I'll do ABCD and then you forget and you tell her, it's okay, I forgot, I'll do it another time. Take it so personally. They always take it as though it is them who have a problem. So don't, if you're not going to deliver. And ladies, on the other hand, don't push your man. Don't put a man in a tricky place where it's like you're trapping him. Don't trap a man something he's not willing to. Don't push him. Let it come from him. Let him be the one who says, I want to do this for you. Don't trap him. I've said, ladies, take things so personally. Don't lead someone on. What are some of the things that we do that lead people on? I'll start with the easy ones as we go deeper. Number one, you could even be married and you're working in a place whereby if you're a man, you're surrounded with female colleagues. How do you handle such? Let me start with the men. Number one, avoid pet names. If somebody is not your wife, if somebody is not your husband, minimize this thing of sweetheart. It bears more with the upbringing. There are people who've been brought up in an environment whereby calling somebody something big. There are people who call everyone dear, hi sweetheart. But I'm telling you, there are people who've never been called those names. So the moment you call somebody dear, they are not going to sleep. They'll fantasize with your dear and your sweetheart. For you, you've gone on with your business, thinking everything is okay. You are not aware that you just left a bomb in someone's heart. Simply because you told them, hi sweetheart, pass me that glass. And they're thinking, oh, I'm the sweetheart. So be careful with pet names. Avoid pet names. I always say, keep it professional. If you're in a working environment, call somebody sir. Call somebody madam. Stop with the, hey dear, hey, out of proportion. Okay? The other thing, avoid direct eye contact. If it is somebody you are meeting with physically, I know on the phone it's easier, over the computer it's easier, but if it's somebody you work with and you meet them very often, avoid direct eye contact most of the time. Most of the feelings we have are in our eyes. If you keep looking at somebody deep in their eyes and you're just looking at them like there's some candy, you want to snack them, they can tell. Okay? You can look is drooling over me. So most of the time, avoid. Keep it professional. Let your eyes space around, but avoid looking at somebody like you're acting some Mexican soap opera and you're just asking them for the office file or you're asking them the keys. Don't. I hope I'm still clear. I'm seeing some buffering. I hope I'm not dark on the other side. So let me now talk about the ladies. What things do ladies do that actually think are harmless, but they're usually very provocative to us men? Most of the time you find that when a lady is down, when a lady probably just needs somebody to talk to, they always have that one male friend. I don't know why most of the time it happens like that. You find that ladies always have that one male friend, even the married ones. There's somebody they love opening up to. I always call that the beginning of emotional cheating. It always starts like that. I always tell people, let your babe be your best friend. If you have your husband, let your husband be your best friend. If you have your wife, let your wife be your best friend. This issue of you're married, but I have another guy I usually talk to, when I'm down. That is emotional cheating, because when you are leading on, you're telling him how your man or how your husband mistreated you the previous night. This man is getting ideas. He's getting ideas of all. So I can come in and help him. He is failing at his duty. Don't do that. Don't open up yourself to a man and just think that the man is professional. As I started by saying, men are like gas. The slightest trigger and we explode. The slightest hugs, we explode. Mind how you hug a man. There's a way you can hug a guy. I always tell people, do those church hugs. There was the faces which are touching and the shoulders. This issue of hugging somebody so tight and you think they're having the same mindset as you. Believe me, some reactions are happening down there. Release that man. Stop hugging them so tight like that. You'll be amazed at what you're doing to a man. The body of a man is so sensitive. I don't care how born again, how spirit filled we are. Even as men of God, we're usually called men of God. The key word there is men. Before God, we are men, okay? Men of God. So even women of God, before that of God, they are women. And when you cut us, it is blood that flows. When you cut us, it is not the Holy Spirit that flows, okay? So don't put yourself in a place where you are overestimating your strength. Just run like Joseph if you have to. So you're talking about these things. Don't lead me on. There are things that we usually do and people don't know that they lead another person very much. Now I want to talk about something called vision. Why are people oftentimes led on easily? Lack of vision. I want to let you know that your vision will choose for you your friend or your friends. Your vision will choose for you your wife. Your vision will choose for you your entertainment spots. I'll give you an example. Most billionaires will be at the golf course. You'll not find billionaires seated somewhere in some shanty place, having some average tea, having some average conversations. No. Your vision selects your venues of hanging out. You'll hardly find somebody who's planning to be a pilot hanging around people who are planning to be athletes, okay? That is just an example. So the reason people get led on so easily and distracted, first of all, is because they have not defined their vision. I want to say something very risky. I was telling people somewhere that when you don't know your vision, when you don't know your purpose in life, I don't even think you should be dating. I don't even think you should have anyone in your life because it is very risky. Let me give you an example. Supposing I'm supposed to be a lawyer and I don't know that, right? But I'm here dating and I've told my girlfriend, hey, I want to marry you. I want us to start a family. I want us to be ABCD. 3 years into the marriage, I realized, by the way, passion is low. I want to be a lawyer. And then my wife realizes, no, I don't like people who are in law firm. People have different perception when it comes to every field. Maybe she says lawyers are liars or something of the sort. But you see, we're already in the marriage union. We're already in it. And then I'm now discovering myself inside there. And she's discovering that she doesn't like that profession. So we begin to have a conflict. So that's why I'm saying the reason why people lead each other on is because, first of all, they don't have a vision. You don't even know what you want. If for example, you wear a shoe size 6 or a shoe size 7, when you enter the shoe store, we will not find you with the shoe number 3 in your hands or with shoe number 9. What are you doing with those shoes? We'll wonder. We will find you with shoe number 7 because you are focused. You know very well that I wear shoe number 6. You know very well that you wear shoe number 7. So you'll not even waste time telling the storekeeper, let me try on this number 11. You're actually wasting their time because it won't fit you. So I wonder, when you know your vision, when you know your focus, why are you leading someone on and you know they're a size 9 and you're a size 6? There are people you should not even give them the benefit of a date. Don't even waste people's time. Don't tell them, let's meet at Java and talk over. Talk over what? They are number 9, you are number 6. Why are you wasting each other's time? So check the telltale signs from the word go. What is the vision of this guy? Don't give him hopes. Don't tell him, let's just date, let's go for coffee. What are you still seeing? Have you ever seen somebody wearing an oversized shoe number 10 and you're a number 6 and you're saying, let's just see where this shoe takes me? You won't walk comfortably. So be true to yourself. Have a vision. It is often the biggest lead if you don't want to lead people on. It eliminates 99% of the problem you would have brought to yourself. I'll give you a good example. For example, I'm a Christian. I'm born again. I know I want a lady who's also a Christian, I'm born again. Or I know I want a lady who's in a certain profession. It means the moment we meet, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on Telegram, nowadays there are so many media people are meeting. Whichever way we meet, if I realize you're not in that profession, if I realize you're not in that area, why should I even bother to inbox you? Hi, let's meet for coffee. I tell people the highest form of connection after spiritual, the highest form of connection is usually psychological. Don't be with somebody who does not even get your jokes. Don't be with somebody who does not find your level of intellectualism to be authentic. You know, when you're hooked to someone who doesn't reason like you, and you say it's okay, we'll work this thing out in future, it won't work out. Get somebody you're flowing in terms of thoughts, in terms of ideas. Because if you get somebody who's not thinking in your line, in your school of thoughts and everything, most of the time you'll be clashing. You'll clash on how you raise your kids. You'll clash on the schools that you want to take them to. Because for you are like, no, let's just take them to some average school. But your partner is like, no, when it comes to education, I want to give them the best. For you, you are like, no, let God take care of them. You know, there are people who are very passive. And most of the time, opposites attract. I like this saying. People say that when you are dating, opposites attract. After you get married, opposites attack. So make sure that you're with somebody who their opposite won't attack you in future. Be with somebody who celebrates your opposite. We like people who have something we do not have. That's why we fall in love. Every person who has ever fallen in, most of the time, it is because they saw something they miss in that other person. That is simply my definition of falling in love. The reason you selected that person is because they were unique. There was something they had that the other people didn't have. And that's why you went for them. There's a way they made you feel. Maybe you lacked confidence, and these people brought that confidence in your life. But if you're not careful, that same confidence can be the thing they use to attack you in the marriage. Because you're there, you're weak, you have esteem issues, and you know they are confident. So they'll be a bully. They come home and they find you haven't cooked and they start telling you, where will you talk about? What is your problem with your family and people of your sides? So the very same thing that was an attraction can end up becoming the very same thing that is a bully. So vision is important. I've said your vision will choose your entertainment spots. Your vision will choose the places where you go to shop. If you have a vision of being an average person, shopping in an average market will be okay for you. But if you have a vision that is great, if you have a vision of going global, you will not be comfortable just being a village champion. There's a proverb that says the one-eyed man is king among the blind. When you're among blind people and you have just one eye, they'll really praise you. They'll be like, oh, you mean you can see? Wow. You mean you can do ABCD? So make sure where you are winning, it's not among blind people. Because when you're amongst or in the midst of blind people, they celebrate the person with one eye. Okay? So make sure you are around people who can challenge you. I always tell people the challenge should be horizontal and at the same time vertical. Be with people who you are ahead of so that you can pull them up. But also be with people who are ahead of you so that they can challenge you. Always balance that equation. Okay? So we are back to don't lead me on. And remember, the starting verse I started with was in Songs of Solomon's 8:4 that says, do not awaken, do not arouse love until it so desires. Or else if you do so, the Bible says you will not rest until you have spent your last penny. Love can actually drive you crazy and make you broke at the same time. There are people who have killed for love out here. There are people who have killed for passion. We see it all the time in the news. There are people who kill for the purpose of passion. We've had one recently in our country. People are killing each other for love triangles that have gone south. It is not necessary. Don't lead someone on that you have already gotten the telltale signs. I'll tell you something that I told some people, that men always have, like, you talk to every man, they have a dream car. One day when I have enough money, I would like to own this car. But because they don't have that money right now, what they usually do is they buy a smaller car, right? The one they can afford. Now, does that mean that is their dream car? No, it just means it's what they can afford for now. So they'll buy a small car to hold on to. But one day when they have the money, one day when they have the ability, they'll just go for that big car without hesitation. Now, that is how some men behave in a relationship. They lead you on because they feel, I have that dream girl that I want. But since I can't get her for now, let me hold on to this. Sorry to compare you ladies to a car. Let me hold on to this Toyota of mine. So there are men who actually keep you they keep you waiting and they park you at the parking lot. It's not that they love you or they want to settle with you. They're just holding on to you so that at least they can have a car to move around with. But I'm telling you, the day a man sees their dream car, the day a man sees their dream girl, they never waste time. That's why a man can date you for 7 years and dump you. And after 2 months, you hear he's married. Do you know why? Because when he saw that girl, he saw exactly what he wanted and he said, I'm not wasting time. So ladies, don't buy into that lie of we are dating for 4 years. We are still seeing where this is going. 4 years is too long to see where it's going. I always tell people maximum 2 years. After that, dismount. It's no longer seeing where it's going. You two are now wasting each other's time. You are shacking. Okay? So ladies, don't allow yourself to be a Toyota for someone. If the man cannot make that decision, make the decision for him. Tell him, if you cannot release me, let me make it easy. I'll release myself. The day you know what you want, come for me. Men, we are hunters. We like to hunt. So if a lion sees an impala, if a lion sees an antelope, you don't see a lion saying, let me think. Just give me 2 years. Let me see if I want to eat this antelope. No, if a lion is hungry and it has seen food, it chases and goes for it. So if a man loves you and wants you, he goes for you. So that's why I'm saying don't go for these lead-ons that don't lead anywhere, actually. If a man is leading you on, ladies, ask the tough questions. It's okay to ask questions. What do you want? Do you like me, or is this just sexual? Is this lust or is this love? I just need to know. Just be honest with me. Most of the time, ladies will be surprised. If you just ask the man what he wanted, most of them will be honest. The problem is we come with assumptions. We come with so many assumptions and expectations. And the biggest lesson somebody told me, I talked with a couple who've been married for 42 years. And I asked them how they did that. And the couple told me the secret to their marriage is they learned how to manage expectations. They managed expectations. You need to manage expectations. Stop coming and putting a pressure to your lady or to your guy. If your mom used to know how to cook, maybe your lady grew up in a home where they had house helps. She doesn't even know how to boil water. Stop putting those expectations on her. That, you know, my mom used to do it like this. Then go back and let your mom search for you a wife, okay? Don't manage expectations. We are living in an era whereby many people are just surviving on noodles and all these things. So ask yourself, what is your vision? Because your vision can actually cause you to have a lady who's a career lady, who's traveling the entire world. But if you have refused to change your mindset, you will expect her to be in the kitchen all the time. You expect her to cook because you grew up in the village, seeing all the ladies cooking for the men. I have nothing against, by the ladies cooking for the men and doing all those chores. What I'm saying is, for example, let's say you are married to the German chancellor, leader of Germany there in Europe. We have so many female presidents nowadays, by the way. Now, do you want to tell me that as the husband, you'll be telling her, I need us to go back to the village, I need you to go and fetch firewood, and understand that the status of people or the level God has elevated them does not allow them to do certain things. So those are the tough questions you need to ask yourself before you bring unrealistic expectations to this person. Ask yourself, am I ready to be with a lady grown up in a home where they had over 10 workers, they had gardeners, they had people who are cooking, they had 3 security men. She's used to just ordering things and things come. Don't setting where they're the ones who used to do everything. These two will be very different. This one who grew up in the village will have no problem lighting up the fire. She will take the firewood, and within 2 minutes, that firewood is up in flames. Take this other one and give her the firewood. She'll already be developing some infections in her throat. Or let's go to the hospital, the smoke is in my nose, and you're now, this is not wife material, or this is not husband material. The flip side is true. Manage your expectations. Don't pressure for your man that you have seen in a movie. Some men never grew up in a home with love. They don't know the last time they were told I love you. So some African men, to tell a lady I love you takes a lot of work and effort. It takes prayers, I'm telling you. It's funny even how some men in some homes make love to their ladies. Many people make that joke, but I don't think it's funny. But that there are people who say, when the African man wants to get intimate, most of the time, he'll just tap the lady's back. Instead of talking, or rather instead of telling the lady, hey, during the day, just talking with the lady, he'll just tap her. So I just feel, let's change our perceptions. Let's manage expectations, okay? So as I'm coming to the end, because today I just prepared a few pointers, I'm hoping we'll have some more time. We'll do this again. As I've said, now I've given a small definition of vision. And I've said here, there's vision and sight. Sight is being able to see, like when somebody says, do you have eyesight? Like, can your eyes function properly? That's very different. So sight is the ability to see. Like I can see, most of you are seeing me right now through your phone, computers, whatever it is. But vision, as I've written here, a small definition of vision. I've said vision is the ability to see what something or someone can become. That is vision. The ability to see what something or someone can become. So do you have vision? Before you lead someone on, have you gotten a vision about them? Or was it just eyesight? Did you just look at them and admire their biceps? Did you just look at her and admired her calves? You know, at the end of the day, ask yourself, was it eyesight or was it vision? Because I've said vision will choose for you your entertainment spots. Vision will choose for you your friends. Vision will choose for you a lot. Okay? So, what is it that you saw? Was it just physical? Was it all about the body? Was it all about how the guy looked or how the lady looked? Or was it vision? Did you see what the two of you could become? Did you see deeper than eyesight? Because that is what vision is. Vision is being able to see that this person has a plan, this person has a future, this person has a potential. So before you slide into someone's DM, before you go into somebody's inbox, ask yourself, Am I leading this person on for the right reasons, or am I just doing it because I'm selfish? Let us not be selfish. There's somebody who said most people, within the first 5 minutes of meeting someone, they usually know where that thing is headed. They know that this one is just a good storyteller, but that's it. This one will just make me so die. You already know within the first 5 minutes where something is headed. Why do we usually insist on a second date, a third date, a fourth date? Why do we do that? I think once you have established this person, we are not meant to be together, it is okay to release someone. And I always say, understand who people are in your life. Not everyone who comes in your life is supposed to be seduced. There are people who come in your life as helpers. They were there to just connect you, get a job. Some people were brought to just come, help, which will change your career and your life eventually. But because of discernment, you have already gone into their DM. Hi, you are pretty, I like you. The person blocks you. You've blocked your destiny helper because of your foolishness. Why are we in a hurry? Always ask yourself, who is this person in my life? There's somebody who's brought in your life to give you an eye-opening on a certain area, but you've already told them how pretty they are, how handsome he is, and the person just blocks you in their mind. Learn to have some self-respect. Have some patience. Learn to wait. Learn to discern people. Analyze people. Know who this person is. There's somebody who said that sometimes you are 5 people away from your greatest breakthrough in life. Imagine, just 5 people away. You just need to meet somebody who will introduce you to somebody, who will introduce you to somebody, who will introduce you to somebody, who will eventually introduce you to your greatest helper. So when you break one person in the chain, you've done yourself a great disservice. So was it eyesight or was it vision? Did you see the capabilities in this person? Did you see what they were able to become? Or were you just selfish and said, this one is a trophy? There are people who get a wife trophy or a husband trophy. They get somebody who people will admire and say, I can't believe he married that girl. Or I can't believe she married that guy. On the outside, they are trophies. But on the inside, you cry yourself to sleep every night. Don't go after a trophy. So many trophies on social media. So many filters. You'll be surprised when you meet people in real life. I'm telling you, makeup is doing amazing things. So you are busy unboxing somebody, but the day you'll meet the person, you'll be wondering, what did I see? And then now they're already in your house. You've already put a ring on that thing to continue keeping up the arc, showing people how happy you are. But at the end of the day, you just wanted a trophy. Now you have the trophy, but you're crying alone in the house. No, don't lead someone on. It's okay to compliment somebody. Tell somebody you are pretty, you look nice. It doesn't mean we have to start a relationship. Learn to compliment people and let it end there. When somebody is putting on a nice suit, tell them, wow, you look sharp. And it doesn't have to be sexual. It doesn't have to go beyond there. So don't lead people on. And lastly, as we conclude, the things which are always hardest for us to do and say, I guess you already have an idea. To say sorry is one of them. Many people don't know how to say sorry. The other thing, people usually don't know how to accept or admit that they don't know. And I'll tell you this especially as somebody who talks a lot and goes to lecture people on certain topics. There's a time after a certain talk, somebody raised up their hand and asked me a question, and I told them, I don't know. Let me do some research and I get back to you with the answer. It is easier to say I don't know or I was wrong than to give up some false information and use another 2 hours trying to defend yourself. Oh, that's not what I meant. No. just be honest. Just say, I think you got me wrong when I told you are smart. I did not mean we start a relationship. I just wanted to appreciate you. And I think you misunderstood me. Learn to be vulnerable. Learn to say sorry. Learn to say you are wrong. Stop defending yourself, and the more you are defending yourself, you are getting yourself more into the problem. So don't lead people on. That is what I'm trying to tell us this evening. Learn to say you are sorry if you had led somebody on. Learn to accept your mistake. Learn to say, I think I might have told you you are smart or you look sharp, and you probably misinterpreted that. Don't lead me on. Don't lead your neighbor on. And I hope we shall be each other's keepers. That has been the topic. I haven't gotten to all the points, but I some other time. I remember those pointers that I shared. Have a vision. It will help you a lot from distractors. Have a plan. It will choose for you your friends. It will choose for you. And I gave that analogy of a shoe size. When you know you're a size 6, you have no business going to try to fit size 9 or size 10. So get to know what you want. Remember the things I said, men being gas and all that. Physical weakness. Don't promise her things you're not going to keep. So that has been our topic for tonight. Don't lead me on. Okay? I believe we shall continue to have this and have even more in the coming days. This has been Kelvin. Thank you, God Code Generation, for this honor to just speak from the comfort of my seat over here. And I believe we shall get to have more interactions. Okay? I thank you for all those who are talking back. We need, you are really, putting the pointers that I'm talking, so at least I can tell I'm communicating. I can see all of you. I can see, let me be a presenter here for 1 minute, okay? I can see all these people who are watching and giving me their comments. Be true to yourself. Susan, present, Sharon, all these people. Hannah, Ray, nawaona wote, Kezman hapo. So you guys, thank you. I believe we shall continue to do this. Ray, Gishuru, I see your comment. Keep preaching, bro. I will. Umefanya nini hapo, jina yangu imetokea, tutaongea hiyo kwa inbox. Anyway, guys, thank you. Hope you guys have a lovely night. Robert, I can see all of you. Wenye watakuja wapate baadaye, nilikuwa live pia, mutasema tu kitu hapo, tujue tuko pamoja. From my friends, I can see if we all the way from Nigeria, the Lord bless you. Thank you for tuning in. I believe we shall be blessed again for the next session. So thank you all guys, even in Port Harcourt. I'll be coming there this year. So the Lord bless you. Good night now. Thank you guys. I believe we shall continue to have a wonderful time. Okay? Thank you. God bless you. Good night.